Dobrodošli u Agendu Svijet. Početkom prosinca biti će 2 godine otkako je u Argentini na predsjedničkim izborima pobijedio osebujni ekonomist talijansko-hrvatskog podrijetla Javier Milei. Naslijedio je vrlo tešku ekonomsku situaciju, što smo tada detaljno tematizirali i u ovoj emisiji. Budući da je u Hrvatskoj, trenutačno u Osijeku, najviše rangirani argentinski Hrvat u tamošnjoj administraciji, ravnatelj Nacionalnog instituta za poljoprivrednu tehnologiju Nicolas Bronzovich, iskoristit ćemo priliku kako bismo više doznali o aktualnoj situaciji. Welcome to our program, Mr. Bronzovich. Thank you for this interview.
Thank you, Danko. Thank you very much for inviting and for the interest.
Okay, let us first see the story about where is Argentina right now after almost 2 years of radical measures of President Milei and ahead of incoming legislative elections.
Argentinski predsjednik Javier Milei na vlast je došao s misijom da slomi politički sustav građen desetljećima. Tijekom predsjedničke kampanje 2023. poručio je političkim elitama da je zabava gotova. Dok vodi zemlju od 45 milijuna stanovnika kroz tešku ekonomsku krizu, pronalazi vrijeme i za pisanje knjiga o ekonomiji, a na predstavljanju posljednje pojavio se u ulozi rock zvijezde.
Espero que alguna vez al ver sus ojos porque vamos a hacer de Argentina el país más libre del mundo y vamos a hacer a Argentina grande nuevamente. Por lo tanto, la libertad avanza o Argentina retrocede. Muchas gracias.
Od 2023. u predsjedničkoj palači Casa Rosada stoluje čovjek koji želi potpuno preoblikovati Argentinu prema neoliberalnom modelu. Od peronista je naslijedio jaku socijalnu državu, golem državni dug i inflaciju od 140%. Ekstremno tešku situaciju sažeo je u rečenici no hay plata, novca nema.
Espero que ganen, yo no gano nada, pero me da miedo lo que puede pasar. Tengo como esa incertidumbre, la verdad.
Tenemos que entender como país y como sociedad que si no terminamos el proceso de cambio que hemos emprendido, habremos tirado a la basura todo el esfuerzo que hemos hecho. No aflojemos, hagamos que todo este esfuerzo valga la pena.
Nakon vojne diktature 1980-ih, Raúl Alfonsín preuzima zemlju u teškom gospodarskom stanju. Njegov mandat završava krizom i hiperinflacijom koja je dosegnula i 5000%, a naslijedio ga je Carlos Menem. Vezivanjem pesa uz dolar privremeno je zaustavio inflaciju, ali time uništio domaću proizvodnju, što je dovelo do državnog bankrota 2001. za mandata Fernanda de la Rue. Vlast zatim preuzima bračni par Kirchner, najprije Nestor, a potom Kristina, jačaju socijalnu državu, povećavaju plaće i ulaganja, ali i stvaraju ovisnost o državnoj potrošnji koju je Milei sada naslijedio. Milei je drastično smanjio javnu potrošnju, zaustavio gotovo sve javne radove i transfere pokrajinama, rezao plaće, mirovine i subvencije. Cilj je bio eliminirati proračunski deficit i prvi put nakon više od desetljeća ostvariti suficit.
Pasó en el último tiempo con el gobierno es que sí o sí le tuve que dar confianza. Me ha decepcionado en algunos puntos, pero no siento que esté todo perdido. O sea, yo le doy confianza, lo voy a volver a votar, mi círculo lo vuelve a votar.
Zbog oštrih mjera štednje navukao je bijes mnogih građana. Njegova povorka napadnuta je u središtu Buenos Airesa. Mnogi su zabrinuti.
Eso es lo que más me está matando. Porque yo tengo una nena que tiene una enfermedad, se llama artritis idiopática juvenil. I eso ella depende de la obra social.
Tisuće Argentinaca početkom rujna izašle su na ulice glavnog grada, prosvjedujući protiv rezova u zdravstvu i obrazovanju. Predsjednik je uložio veto na zakone o financiranju sveučilišta i pedijatrijskih bolnica.
Venimos hace 3 semanas peleando contra lo que es un plan de destrucción de la universidad pública en Argentina, completamente desfinanciada. Nuestro salario docente perdió un 45% desde que asumió este gobierno, lo mismo con el presupuesto. Son 10.000 docentes que han tenido que renunciar en las diferentes universidades a lo largo de todo el país. Es realmente una situación insostenible.
Stanovnici su pokrenuli ruidazo, bučne prosvjede uz udaranje loncima i tavama. Kažu više ne mogu izdržati do kraja mjeseca i optužuju Mileija da uništava javne usluge.
Bueno, hoy me encuentro acá en el ruidazo porque estoy en contra de este gobierno, sobre todo porque está llevando un ajuste feroz a la clase trabajadora. Los trabajadores y trabajadoras no llegamos a fin de mes, están destruyendo la industria nacional, la salud pública, la educación.
Milei pritom računa na američku potporu. Sjedinjene države su finalizirale sporazum o zamjeni valuta vrijedan 20 milijardi dolara, što Argentini omogućuje pristup dolarima i stabilizaciju tržišta.
Presidente de la nación, doctor Javier Milei. Acompañan y se encuentran presentes.
Hoy es un gran día para el futuro económico de nuestro país. Ayer hemos logrado un apoyo histórico de los Estados Unidos a la República Argentina para proveernos de estabilidad en este momento de turbulencia política.
People of Argentina, we're backing him 100%. We think he's done a fantastic job.
Njegova je vlada odmah devalvirala peso za 50%, prestala tiskati novac i usporila inflaciju, prvi put ostvarila primarni fiskalni suficit i smanjila siromaštvo.
Tarda un poco el empleo reaccionar al ciclo económico, por un lado, y la segunda cuestión es que ese crecimiento que se está dando efectivamente está siendo traccionado por sectores que no son particularmente generadores del empleo de mejor calidad.
Durante el último año y medio tuvimos la gigante tarea de administrar la escasez extrema. Y hoy estamos por primera vez en décadas haciendo lo que hay que hacer para que el futuro sea mejor. Para lo cual la única fórmula es hacer lo contrario a lo que se hizo en el pasado.
No stroge mjere štednje dovele su do pada kupovne moći i vala prosvjeda, osobito u obrazovanju i zdravstvu. Gotovo polovina stanovništva i dalje se bori kako bi preživjela.
Cosas nuevas no se puede comprar. Cosas nuevas no se puede comprar, mochila, zapatillas para los chicos, carísimo, camperas, ropa, todas esas cosas. Solo para comer, día a día.
Hay mucha gente que saltea la comida, sí, sí. Conozco muchos casos, además saca gente en la feria que ya hace su horita para cenar. 7 de la tarde y ya después está la comida todo el día.
Prema procjenama, Argentina bi se nakon početne recesije mogla vratiti na rast BDP-a od 4 do 5,5%, dok bi se inflacija do kraja 2025. mogla spustiti te iznositi od 30 do 40%. No unatoč prvim znakovima stabilizacije, najveći izazov ostaje politička održivost reformi i socijalni pritisak koji ih prati.
So, Mr. Bronzovich, we saw this story. It's now 10 days from before the legislative elections. Half of the seats in Chamber of Deputies and third of the seats in the Senate will be elected. And it's almost 2 years since Javier Milei assumed office of President of Argentina. Can you tell us overall for our viewers what are the effects of his rather radical economic measures so far?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for asking. I can tell you as a person, a regular person, I must to give a disclaimer. I'm not an economist. I'm a farmer. I'm an agronomist. I can say the economy is being normalized. The country, the government working, it's being under stabilization. We have budget surplus. Our economy is performing better. Inflation is being reduced dramatically, and our GDP is starting to grow, and with expectations of high growth on GDP, investors are slowly and more arriving. I don't know, trust is being developed, the market, the investors, the people, Argentinians ourselves are trusting in a country that's been difficult. So I think the decisions have been very right, very on the good direction. That's what we all believe.
As far as I understand, there's inflation still about 30 to 40% annually, but it's much lower than it used to be. You can tell us a little bit about how the situation was before Milei's term and his measures. I know that basically prices in dollars and pesos were going up and down basically from day to day, from week to week. There were very serious problems for most of the Argentinians then.
Yes, I cannot argue about the numbers of inflation. I believe our expectation is around 25%, but for this year, or that's the expectations I think I know. As I said, I am an agronomist, and before we've arrived, the economy was such a mess, and inflation was about hundreds of inflation per year, so, and with expectation to become an, how you call it, hyperinflation. I don't know how you call it in English. Now economy it has improved a lot. I mean, salaries have improved. We only have one exchange type. We used to have several of them. So everything is performing better, even though when we still have several challenges to come.
Okay, let's talk a little bit more about your field of expertise. As I already said, Argentina is known as an agriculture powerhouse from many decades now. Where is your food production right now, and what are the main products you would say from Argentina right now?
Our food production is improving because of the decisions government have taken, like reducing, I don't know, distorting regulations, tariff and non-tariff trade barriers, and also because of weather. We've been suffering a couple of droughts, and now it's raining again the last 2 years, so we became again, I don't know, about 5% of the total grain production of the world is done in Argentina. Our market share is around 14% of the world exports on grains and byproducts. We rank on the top 3 exporters of soybean oil, peanuts, lemon, several grains like maize, sorghum, soy. We also rank very good, maybe, I don't know, in the top 10 or with sunflower oil and flour, beef, barley, honey. We have several products that perform very good, and there are another ones that I think with the improvement of the economy are arriving, like citrus or peaches that used to be big and then they go down. Dairy is growing, it's having an interesting growth in Argentina.
And which cultures do you believe that has a higher opportunities of growth in the future of in agriculture in Argentina?
All of them. I will say there is a chance for it's interesting for crops that perennial crops like forestry has still a big room to grow in Argentina. Perennial fruits also have a room to grow in Argentina, and of course, if we see from the side of technology, which is my expertise, if we close some technological, what we call technological adoption gaps, you know, we still need to improve our fertilization technologies. Our irrigation is improving very fast. This government has facilitated and reduced the import taxes for irrigation equipment and spare parts. So we are starting to grow fast on irrigation issues. Precision agriculture, still we have some areas in precision agriculture where we lead, and we have some other ones where like variable rate treatment where we can still improve. If we improve those gaps, our cash crops, our main crops like soybean, maize, wheat, sunflower, barley, they can still grow a lot. There is some studies that say that about 40 million tons of grains in Argentina could could be reached with the area we are cropping right now, only improving our fertilization systems. And also there are opportunities to improve in Argentina, like there are around the whole world, with the new technologies that are getting developed. Now the agricultural business is an uncertain business for sure. You depend on rains, on weather, on climate. You depend on global markets. Globalization is a challenge for agricultural business. The changes on demand, the consumers now demand several specific issues regarding food. And that's a challenge, but if you can work fast and adjust your practices, you can turn those challenges in opportunities. And the way to do that is to incorporate technology to the farming systems. That's my business, and that's what we work on.
And
let's say...
Yes, go ahead.
No, I would say genetics, new biotechnology techniques are such a big opportunity. They have already started to prove that they have productivity to growth in agriculture, but there's still a lot more to come. Artificial intelligence and data science, big data, in that area there is a lot to grow. Argentina, and I think the whole world, but Argentina is the place I know, or where I farm, where I work, has a lot to do regarding artificial intelligence to be applied in. We are already applying it, and we are improving more and more our decisions. We are becoming more efficient farmers by applying data science, Internet of Things, and remote sensoring. I hope I am pronouncing well. Remote sensoring, machine learning. It's another big opportunity for agriculture in Argentina, and there is a lot of room to improve productivity and profit for farmers.
And this is why you're also here in Croatia. You're, as I know, involved in several events, several conferences. One is in Osijek, and the other one is in 1 or 2 days I think in Novska G2 conference. You are actually bringing also your experience to Croatia. What can you offer? I mean, you have some innovative or unusual techniques of no-till, conserving the soil, as I understand that it's not usual here in Croatia or Europe.
No, yeah, you are right. That's one of the techniques we could talk a lot, because we have such a very good expertise in Argentina regarding no-till, and not only Argentina, what we call the whole south cone of South America, countries like Paraguay, Brazil, Uruguay, and Argentina. We lead the adoption of that technology, which is also being adopted in other places and in other countries around the world. But as leaders on that subject, yes, what we can bring is our knowledge, not only share what we know, what the opportunities regarding no-till systems or no-till farming systems, also our mistakes. You learn more and more every mistake you make, and I don't have any problem to share them. We don't have any problem to share them, because it saves money to our cooperative. When we talk about innovation, when we talk about technology and these new technologies that become more and more difficult and more complex every time, the only cooperating might be difficult, might demand time from us, might be challenging, but it's a must. It's the only way. You only improve, you only innovate by networking. So that's why I am here. So I'm so pleased for the invitation of the Ministry of Demography and Migration. And I'm very honored about that and the invitation of meeting G2. But the motto, the real reason I am here is because we need to cooperate with everyone, and of course, myself being a member of the Croatian diaspora, why would I not be happy to have the chance to try and maybe find some ways to cooperate with my motherland.
And the last question, I always said that you and your family are farmers in Argentina for generations, basically. Your grandfather, grandmother came there to the south of Argentina. How much in agriculture in total are Croatian Argentinians are involved? Are there many respectable farmers, and in which areas are they found themselves?
Yes, nice question. Let me tell you one thing about no-till, which I would like to say, because as you are, it's not a technique that is very, very well known here. Argentina saves every year around 350 millions of diesel because of using no-till system. It's such a number I want to mention because I think it shows how important could be to adopt that technique. And regarding your question with Croatian diaspora in agricultural sector in Argentina, thank you about the question. It's very interesting. I could be like 15 more minutes saying names or surnames. You have a Croatian diaspora in agricultural business in Argentina from the very end of the Argentina's country, but at the very end of the world in the province of Tierra del Fuego. They are I don't know, Pechar, Gluwich, you have Pusic, Churin in Buenos Aires province, you have Milatic in Santa Fe, Kotorach in Córdoba, you have Lonach, I don't know them, but I know they are a big company that is in the sugarcane business in the northwest of Argentina. You have Boglic in the legume businesses. You have a governor. He's been here. We have a governor. I don't know whether he is in the farmer business, but in the northeast of Argentina, there is a province whose governor is Leandro Sdero. He comes from the Croatian diaspora also. I don't know. There are several, plenty of. I hope this interview is not seen in Argentina because I forgot many others. There is a nice story in INTA, the institute who I lead. And maybe could be to summarize. There was a Croatian very long time ago. He's already passed away. Josip Chernko. He arrived in Argentina, I don't know, in the 20s, I think, but I do know that in 1950 he started an onion genetic improvement program for onion, you know, and several onion varieties that are cropped in Argentina come from that genetic work that did Mr. Josip Chernko. And you Croatian nowadays, I know you sometimes you import Argentinian onions, so maybe you don't know, but within INTA there was a Croatian that improved the onion that today you are importing from Argentina. I think it shows how close Croatian diaspora it is with agriculture in Argentina. He started one of our experimental stations in Mendoza province. It's what we call experimental station La Consulta.
So a lot of legacy in Argentinian agriculture by Croatians. Thank you very much, Senor Bronzovich. Muchas gracias. Hvala vam lijepa na ovom intervju.
Thank you, Danko, and puno hvala. And let me just say thank you to the whole Croatians that I've been talking with, I've been interacting with these days, because they have gave me nothing but kindness, lots of kindness, and I'm very, very grateful.
Hvala lijepo. A hvala i vama, cijenjene gledateljice i gledatelji. Bila je ovo još jedna Agenda Svijet. Do idućeg četvrtka. Doviđenja.